YouTube, it's Christopher. We're back again with another sponsored video from Eart Guitars. Today we're looking at the W1 version of their Headless. This is the one that's got the tremolo on it, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But this guitar is really nice looking. This is their new design, their newly designed body for their W1 and W2 Headless guitars. This one is very nice. It's the blue poplar burl top over what I believe is an ash or swamp ash body. I really couldn't find that anywhere. I think it is. I think it's ash. The neck is maple and redwood. We got a 5-piece laminate neck there. This headpiece has a locking piece to it, just like you'd find on like a Floyd Rose. You can lock those guys in so that when you use the tremolo, it's a little more stable. This has got dual humbuckers. They're both Alnico 5 humbuckers. You got a master volume, master tone, 3-way switch. This is the tremolo system. It's got a adjustable spring back here for tension. And then these guys all tune the strings as they would. You can see one is longer. That's actually a helper to help you tune the, to tune the guitar. So it's just a little tool that plugs in and it's magnetized into that. It pops in and it stays. So you can leave it on one of your tuners and it'll stay there. It's got the bar that just pops in. There's no screw in. It just pops into the tremolo and stays. And it's fairly rigid. You know, it stays where you put it. You know what I mean? It's pretty good tension on there. And there is a set screw in the back of it here where you can adjust that tension. It's got the roller style saddles on there, which are adjustable by, there's actually a set screw on the side of the bridge up here that you can see here, that you loosen that guy and it allows you to move the intonation points. But when you tighten it, it kind of pushes them all together and they're held in by like a forced positioning. But there's also, you know, you can set the height by the 2 little screws up on the top here. And of course this tunes up the same way it does on the W2 bridge, where you feed the string into the copper winder and you wind it up back here and it brings it up to pitch and you're good to go. We've got the truss rod adjuster is here, which is my favorite design of any truss rod design, even including the Warmoth ones that adjust over here. I like this better. This, of course, has, which are becoming synonymous with the word Eart, the amazing fretwork. These are stainless steel frets on Indian rosewood, and they are rounded off and gorgeous and super comfortable. You can't feel those frets at all going up and down the neck. You'll never have to worry about fret sprout. This bridge also has a little arm lever here that right now it's up and moving. That means that the bridge is in floating tremolo mode. But you can pop this guy into a little groove that's set into the bridge and it locks it so that you can play as a hardtail. Which is probably how I'd use that. And I'll explain that in a bit. But first, let's hear how this guy sounds. We're going to go through some tones. We'll start you guys off with a clean tone, going through the Gojira app from Neural DSP. I'm going to set up a clean tone here. Cleansing Tide. All right, so let's hear these pickups. So this is on the bridge position. Here's the middle position. That's my preferred spot when I'm playing clean, is in the middle. It sounds sweet. There's a neck pickup. Okay, let's put some medium gain on this guy. Gonna go for my Sweet Skates patch. This is a classic rock kind of tone, reminiscent of like a Billy Squier. Middle position. Neck position. Let's hear some high gain. Go into the Chunk Norris patch. Bridge pickup. Middle position. nice little honky sound in the middle. Neck position. So the pickups sound awesome. I especially like these guitars on the high gain channel. It's really good sounding. Now, I'm going to get to the elephant in the room. Not me. The guitar has a tremolo. So, does it stay in tune when you use a tremolo? Let's find out. I've been in floating mode this whole time. I have not been in, you can see this is in the up position. So this is not locked. So I've been playing with it this whole time in the floating position. It's relatively in tune. Pretty good. It's totally enough to play. And I did some pretty good bending on that. Now, this is gonna send it out of tune. So it's still pretty much in tune. And that was with mild use, right? So just using it as a trem. To me, that's mild use. And it stays in tune with mild use. So if you utilize a bar to that extent on this trem, it's going to be fine. This is not a Floyd Rose, so it doesn't have that cool brrr, that warble you can do. I know that probably sounded bananas, but when you use a Floyd in full floating mode and you can get those flutters that happen, I do it with my Vega trems. This does not have that. It doesn't have the type of spring that would allow that kind of action. So if I tried to do it on this, you don't get that flutter. It just kind of goes and comes right back. Now, if I try to do dive bombs on this, it starts to go out of tune. So now it's out of tune. And that's from using it as a dive bomb. Like, it's not a Floyd Rose. So this tremolo works perfectly good if you're going to use it mildly. You know, using it as a kind of as a just to do vibrato with, or to, you know, put a little dynamic at the lead in or tail end of a note without smushing it down to the deck. It's going to work fine and it'll stay in tune relatively well. It's when you start to abuse it that it goes out of tune. So this isn't a Floyd Rose. It's not going to stay in tune like a Floyd Rose does. It's not a Vega Trem by any stretch. But, you know, with mild use, it stays in tune fairly well. But you can also choose, if you were going to do this, I would recommend just buy the W2. If you're not going to use the Tremolo, buy the W2, because that bridge is very stable. So this guy, when you want to lock it down, you just give it a little push, and it's locked in. Okay, so once it's locked down, let's see if we're still in tune here. Not at all. So I have to like totally retune this guitar. But once you retune it and you leave it in this locked position, it's fairly stable as well. So there you have it. You know, my honest demonstration of this guitar. The Tremolo is okay for mild use, but don't dive bomb with this thing. If you have to dive bomb, I don't know if this is the guitar for you or not. It's definitely comfortable. The size is amazing. You know, you can take this thing anywhere. Beautiful guitar. It's very comfortable. Great sounding pickups. Amazing fretwork. Like better than literally any other brand that's out there. That's, you know, $1,500 and under. And this guitar does not cost $1,500. It's $330 on Amazon. And you get those frets. So the fretwork is worth the price of admission for me on this guitar, because that's where the comfort is. If you have a comfortable neck and it sits on your body properly, you're going to play this guitar a lot. I certainly do. I have 4 of these now, and I love them. I love them dearly. Put your hands on one just to feel it for yourself. Again, if you do mild tremolo use, you can try this W1 version. If you're not into using trems, buy the W2 for sure. But put your hands on one yourself. They're cheap enough, and it's Amazon, so there's a pretty good return policy there. But definitely try them. They're worth it. They're beyond worth it, in my opinion. You look at the videos I have up right now, there's several Eart guitars on my channel, and for good reason. You know, I don't like to play crap. I don't like to show people crap. So, you know, if it's good, I'm going to show you and let you know, because that's what my channel's all about. Even though this is a sponsored video, my judgment on this is still the same. Amazing guitar. Meh bridge for the tremolo. If you go wild on it, it's going to go out of tune. If you stay mild on it, it's going to be fine. So there you have it. This is the W1 version of the Eart Headless guitar. And their new design, I love it. I think it looks beautiful. The pictures online don't do it justice. You put one in your hands, they're very, very comfortable guitars. So here you go, W1 from Eart Guitars. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!